Logan Paul has just signed with WWE, so we'll check out the latest details of his deal. We'll also see what's going on with Mandy Rose and Nikkita Lyons, Ronda Rousey, and much more. Let's start things off with the biggest news of the week so far, and that's WWE's official signing of Logan Paul. Logan Paul and WWE's collaborations with one another all started back in early 2021. Sami Zayn had his whole storyline going on at the time about how he believed that there was conspiracies against him in WWE. So he was working on a documentary that would expose what he thought WWE was doing to him. In one of Sami's interviews about the conspiracy documentary, he mentioned how he was going to send out to all these big platforms to expose the truth. He specifically name-dropped sending it to Logan Paul as well, since Logan has a big audience. Logan Paul responded to Sami's comments on Twitter about the proposal, and it looks like it was around this time when WWE and Logan Paul began their communication. Logan would align himself with Sami Zayn and would appear on WWE television throughout the weeks leading to WrestleMania 37, and would even make a special appearance at WrestleMania 37 itself. Then a year later, Logan Paul was brought back again for an even bigger role at WrestleMania. Logan Paul would team up with The Miz to take on the Mysterios at WrestleMania 38 in his first ever official WWE match. For being a celebrity and stepping foot inside the ring for his first ever WWE match, Logan Paul was definitely impressive in the ring. It was always rumored and expected that Logan Paul and WWE would continue their short-term collaborations for future appearances. But no one really saw this coming. Logan Paul took to Twitter to officially confirm that he has signed with WWE to be an actual WWE superstar on their active roster. Logan signed the contract at WWE headquarters with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon standing over his shoulders. As far as the details of Logan's contract, it's a multi-year deal that contains an undisclosed number of live event appearances per year. Logan's first major appearance from the new contract with WWE will be at this year's Summerslam event. Considering how his WrestleMania match ended with The Miz attacking him and how The Miz recently brought all this back up on Raw, it definitely appears that whatever Logan Paul ends up doing at SummerSlam will involve The Miz in some capacity. It doesn't look like it would make any sense for them to team up again, so maybe it most likely will be a singles match between Logan Paul and The Miz. But it's official, Logan Paul's appearance can no longer be labeled as a celebrity appearance. He's an official WWE superstar from here on out. Ronda Rousey has made her shocking return to WWE earlier this year at Royal Rumble. But some of the confusion during those first few weeks of her return was about her character status. Was she a heel, picking up from where she left off at in 2019? Or was she back to being a babyface? During her first few appearances on Raw and SmackDown, Ronda seemed so cold towards the fans that no one knew what her character status really was until later on when it became more clear that she was a babyface. Well, Ronda Rousey recently spoke with a DC check-in and revealed that the original plans for her return had to be changed due to the crowd's reaction towards her at the Royal Rumble. Ronda said that the initial plan was for her to return as a massive heel, but after hearing the reaction to her entrance at the Royal Rumble, it was Vince McMahon himself who suggested that they change directions and have Ronda continue as a babyface. Ronda said that WWE officials did tell her to smile more and be more engaging with the fans after Vince McMahon made that babyface turn official. So if you're wondering why Ronda's character came off a bit strange during those first few weeks of her return, it was because Ronda was under the impression that she was a heel, and WWE was trying to feel the crowd's reaction out to get a sense about what direction to take her in. They ultimately decided to turn her babyface and have her dethrone Charlotte Flair as well. Ronda is currently feuding with Natalya, but she could potentially have a lot more big feuds on the horizon, such as Shayna Baszler and maybe another rematch with Charlotte Flair. NXT featured another big return this week, this time being Nikkita Lyons. Nikkita was recently out of action for several weeks due to an injury, and the timing of the injury was just so unfortunate because she was getting a lot of fan support and was a big favorite to win the tournament that was going on. But Nikkita Lyons returned this week and really picked up from where she left off at. Nikkita Lyons found herself on a big platform of being in the NXT main event against NXT Women's Champion Mandy Rose. The two of them went back and forth a lot during the match, but it would ultimately end in disqualification after the rest of Toxic Attraction got involved. What's interesting about this finish, though, is that it goes down in the books as Nikkita Lyons defeating Mandy Rose. So, does that give Nikkita Lyons a reason to keep coming after Mandy Rose and turn this into a title opportunity? That could be a possibility. Nikkita spoke after the match and talked about how she just beat Mandy Rose and how she smells the fear coming from Toxic Attraction. So all signs seem to be pointing towards a Mandy Rose versus Nikkita Lyons feud starting up here real soon. During John Cena's return to Raw, he interacted backstage with a lot of different superstars. He reunited with some superstars that he has a lot of history with, and even met some superstars for the first time. One of those superstars that John Cena came face-to-face with for the first time was Theory. This was an interaction that everyone expected to see during John Cena's return night on Raw, and that's exactly what happened. Originally, fans thought Theory would no doubt be the individual to interrupt John Cena's celebration. But Cena's celebration was left uninterrupted, and they had the Theory and Cena interaction take place backstage. Theory called John Cena out for never being around anymore, called him out for wrestling in jean shorts in 2022, and continued to take shots at Cena until he turned around and tried to take a selfie with John Cena. Cena would end up walking away before Theory took the picture. John Cena had a lot of backstage interactions that night on Raw, but this one clearly stands out as the most important interaction that will most likely have the most significance in the near future. Rumor is that Theory vs. John Cena for the United States title is still on for Summerslam, so it definitely appears that there will be a payoff for Theory and Cena's interaction backstage. John Cena didn't give much details during his return promo about when we'll see him again and when he'll be wrestling again. But with SummerSlam only being a few weeks away on July 30th, it would appear that John Cena would have to be around on Raw during the month of July. Will John Cena make some appearances on SmackDown during this run? That's still unknown, but he'll most definitely be spending the majority of this 2022 run on Monday Night Raw by the looks of this potential SummerSlam feud with Theory. And John Cena specifically said during his Raw promo that it's not just going to be one match and not to worry about that. So that's very promising as well, because John Cena's 2021 run was literally just one match on WWE programming. So if he's already promising that we'll see more than just one televised match during this 2022 run, that already sounds even better than what he did in 2021. But what are your thoughts on all of today's stories with Ronda Rousey, Nikkita Lyons, Logan Paul, and John Cena? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.